introduction. We're going to get this party started. Please help me welcome Brittany and Stephanie Granger with Gavin and Leah Lockhart. Next up, a big welcome for Ryan Granger and Hillary Riddle. Would you please help me welcome Emily Thorndale and Jonathan McTesson. Two more very important people, Jordan Med and Samantha Arts. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask if you're able to please rise to your feet. And no pressure on you, but these two are going to remember the reception that you give them for literally the rest of their lives. So would you please help me welcome our newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. McTesson?
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Ryan Granger. I am brother of the bride and one of the groomsmen for tonight. So I am your MC for the evening. So essentially what that means is you have to listen to me for pretty well all night, tell you a bunch of stupid rules, and you gotta listen to all my bad jokes. So, but remember, if you don't laugh at my jokes, I do have a little bit of say on whose table goes up for dinner, so. So just a few rules to go over before we eat. To start, for those of you who haven't seen them yet, the bathrooms are just in the foyer right on the right there. Girls first, then guys. You are allowed to leave your vehicles here overnight. We just ask that you pick them up by noon tomorrow. As many of you have probably noticed, the bar will be closing shortly for dinner, but it will reopen for a short time between dessert and speeches, just because seeing as who's coming up, we're all going to need a couple drinks. So next, what I'm going to do here, this jar here, if you'd like to see the newlyweds kiss, we ask that you come up, place a small donation into the jar, as I will do here. 25 cents. 50, 75, just give me a second, there's a dime, we'll just make it a little quicker, okay, whole bag's going. So, when you do that, they will stand up and kiss, or sit, whatever they decide, they'll just sit. So what that donation will do is the money from that will go towards the London Humane Society. It's in honor of their cats, Beamer and Subi, who fortunately couldn't be here tonight. And they were both actually adopted from there. So, but just back to the food thing. If you kind of slid past it and slid me the money, maybe I could bump your table up for food. Just depends how hungry you are. So when getting food, so if you go into the foyer and immediately turn left, you go out those doors and there's a line up and you'll grab your food, walk back around and come through the main entrance, just to kind of stop with clogging and everything because we don't want everyone waiting out there. So I'll now ask that our head table heads up to get some food, but for the rest of dinner, our amazing DJ Dave will help announce all the tables and tell you what time you're going. So we'll try and kind of keep it in a quick line, and then, yeah, so enjoy your meal. All right, everyone's kind of ready here. That's okay, I'll wait for you. That's good? Okay. Sorry, we're kind of just getting ready here, but I can guarantee I was not the one going to tell the bride to hurry up. So, yeah, So, that was a pretty good meal, eh? Everyone enjoyed that? I did. I don't think there's a caterer in here, but I'll take the applause, thank you. Yeah, so before speeches begin, I know a lot of times a lot of people kind of read stuff from like the guests that couldn't make it because they're doing other stuff. But Brittany, you got like over 200 people here. Everyone's here. You're fine. So yeah, so let's just jump right into speeches. We've been waiting long enough. So we're going to start with the maid of honor, Samantha Arts.
So I have known Brittany my whole life. Other than my parents, she is probably the person that I have known the longest. Some of my very first memories involve her, and most of my childhood memories too. Every memory, really. We grew up together, we went camping together, we wrote plays together, we planned our lives together. We used to play this game where we would plan our dream lives with the perfect wedding, house, job, and husband. We were always each other's maid of honor. And Brittany was always in this beautiful ball gown that she is now. Always looked like Belle. Her dream husband was a blonde Australian surfer guy. Your basic Chris Hemsworth type that every 13-year-old dreams about. Instead, she met Adam, the bald Croatian mechanic that has a beard like the Onceler from the Lorax, which is just a little note from Hillary. And it doesn't take Thor to see that sparks between these two. I liked Adam from the beginning, and I like him every time I see him. Every time, just a little bit more. The way you make her laugh, the way you blended so seamlessly into her family, and the values that you both share. There is no doubt in my mind that the two of you have found your perfect match. So here's to Brittany and her happily ever after, to Adam for being much cooler than Thor, and their new life together.
I'm just gonna bend over, I'm just here for a quick second. Let the hugs go around. Yeah, so we'll move right along, we'll just keep this going. We'll go to the best man, Jordan Med.
Hello everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Jordan, and I'm the best man. I've known him about 10 years now. We took the Fanshawe Automotive program together. So our first day, we get told to be put into groups. Adam's sitting pretty well behind me, quiet, on his phone I think at that time. Not quite sure, or flashlight, you know. So I went about him, talked to him, I said, hey, do you want to be in a group together? He says, sure. So, me, Adam, I asked the other guy, Sean, which could not be here tonight, is one of our other friends, and we were in a group in the shop. From there on, we went and we'd have the regular morning meets, be in the parking lot, hang out after, and so on and so forth. And the days that we go to school and the teacher says, okay, you don't have to be here till afternoon, you can do whatever. We take off, go to the States, You know, go to the Olive Garden, come on. Do the regular, go to the automotive stores, whatnot, and then come back. Or those days where the teacher was like, hey, where were you guys? Oh, well, we decided not to come that day. So our friendship grew through the years. We spent amazing weekends playing, you know, vehicle hide and go seek at a certain farm. Or Adam crashing a dirt bike, you know, it happens. I might have to pick you up, and I can recall that trip we took to Knoxville as a weekend to go to a football game. Straight after work, 5 o'clock, we're driving all the way down I-75, all the way to Tennessee, just to go to one football game and drive back. But that was a good trip. But throughout that time we were there, Adam and my cousin decided to have an eating contest. So we went to this place called Smokies, Sonny's in the States. So my cousin and Adam, of course, are down to about 9 plates. All the way down to Adam eating a chunk of butter, some wasabi, and some hot sauce, because my cousin said, you ain't gonna eat that. Sure enough, he eats it. Then, we're all stuffed, walk outside, and Adam says, ice cream? I said, come on, we're all full. Ice cream, come on. So sure enough, eventually we went for ice cream. Adam is a wonderful and respectful man. I'm very happy that I met him 10 years ago. But officially when I saw him meet Brittany, I really saw Adam. He really sparked up. He's always been a really shy, quiet, kind of in his own shell. And when I met him, I think we pretty well brought him out of that. He never even tried an alcoholic beverage before he met me. And through that, he's gotten a lot better. But Brittany and Adam, the love for each other really inspires me. I respect and cherish you both. I wanted to say, Brittany, that you look absolutely beautiful today. And Adam, you look actually dapper today. You clean up quite well. We are mechanics, come on. I support you guys for the rest of your life through your entire marriage and everything. You're like a brother to me and you're like a sister. We are truly blessed for you two. My wife Tracy and I just repeated myself, we're both blessed. To finish, I'd like to ask everybody to raise their glass, which I forgot mine. But toast to the bride and groom. Thank you. Love you guys. Look at yourself.
Cool. Glad I don't have to follow that. But the person who does is father of the groom, Paul Matesic, if he wants to make his way up here.
Okay, well, Jordan basically took most of my speech. So I'm going to try and cobble up what I can. For those who don't know me, I am the father of the groom, and my name is Paul. Some know me as John. Brittany and Adam, my wife Patricia and I would like to congratulate you on your marriage. Congratulations. I would like to thank everyone here for joining us and celebrating this wedding day. A lot of people came from far away, and we really appreciate that. So now I'm going to go do a little history on Adam. Don't worry, I took all the bad stuff out already. So on September the 3rd, by the way, he just had a birthday last week. So on September the 3rd, 1989, it was a Sunday, at 10:59 p.m., Adam's mother, Kim, and I were blessed with this 8-pound, 2-ounce 19.5-inch board. Adam started out pretty much normal. His mother and I had some challenges. But over time, he progressed. Sometimes up, sometimes down. He liked to play video games, he liked playing Lego, and he basically just liked playing. He wasn't very athletic, didn't do a lot of exercise, he was kind of just slugged around the house a bit. He was not a morning person at all. It was like pulling teeth trying to get him to get out of bed, to have his breakfast, and for all of us to try and get out of the house and get to our jobs and get him to school. I'm assuming he's a lot better now because he has to get to work early. So, like Jordan said, Adam was a very shy child, not very outgoing. He did love to swim, and he would a lot of times be in our pool at home, and probably at his mother's as well, for the entire day. From the early morning till late at night, you'd have to almost drag him out to get him inside. When he was in grade school, in the later part of grade school, he joined a football team, one of the city football leagues. He played on the defensive line. He was good at it. He only did 1 year, 1 season I think it was, and then he had a knee that would trick out on him, and it was in our best interest, the parents' best interest, that we took him out of it to save his knee. But during that time that he was on the team, the camaraderie, the friendship that developed, and the part of being a team, I think really helped him to grow. When he started high school, he found interest in working out, took the basic tech courses in the school, and ended up eventually going into the automotive field. From the time he got into high school, he changed. He broke away from the shy, chunky kid. Oh, I never mentioned that part, did I? I'm supposed to leave that out. And he became he started bodybuilding, he became lean, he was getting healthy, he was smart, he was meticulous in what he did, and he always put his best foot forward to excel in everything he did. Adam eventually started a co-op with my company. Well, not my company, the company I work for, but he soon started his apprenticeship within a few years, wrote his exams, and received his mechanic's license. He stayed at BMW for a couple of years, but after that felt he wasn't being challenged enough there. He soon moved on and to gaining new experience and went to work with Jordan, who worked at the Subaru dealer in London. That went on for a few years, and I think Alan got bored or maybe wanted to change of life or something, and then decided to go to Voyager Transportation, which is all the shuttle buses that run around with the handicapped kids and whatever the Voyager ones do. He was there for a while, and eventually he decided it was time to move on from there as well. So he took all that knowledge, that experience with him to Bob Williams Tire and Auto with Brittany's father, Kevin. Now, Adam had already been dating Brittany for probably a couple of years before this happened. And eventually Adam had said that he would like to go work for Brittany's dad, and he eventually did. I'm very proud of Adam. Very proud of Adam and all of his accomplishments. So, I got a couple of short stories. Maybe we'll just touch on one. I'm going to get through the rest of this. Okay, so one Sunday, when Adam was younger, we used to go fishing. And we would go down to the Thames River and behind the Windermere Street Bridge. Windermere Road, it's a soccer field now. So Jonathan, his older brother, was the fisherman, and Adam and I just kind of tagged along and figured we'd go fishing too. So I bought the kids brand new rods and reels. We went out, the boys threw the lines in. Jonathan was hooking fish like crazy. Adam and I weren't catching a squat. So Adam decided he'd build a little tripod and put his fishing rod on it. He figured, and then he kind of just sat there and watched the fishing rod. It didn't do anything. Then he just kind of left. I think he went out hunting for frogs or some other bait. Well, shortly after he left, I was watching my line, I was watching his rod. His rod started to jiggle. I called over to Adam and said, Adam, your rod's got a bite. And before any one of us could get on to get over to it, the rod, the brand new rod and the reel went down the Thames River with whatever was all there in there. And we ran down the river figuring it's got a jam somewhere. We could not find it. It was gone. So after that, when we went fishing, Adam would take his rod line out of the water and not leave his rod sitting there by itself anymore. So along Adam's path in his life, he met Brittany. And he seemed to really change at that point. He seemed to have a twinkle in his eye, and his heart would skip a beat whenever he spoke of her. And I'm guessing he was in love. Brittany made him laugh. He became more outgoing and was not so shy anymore. And you gotta admit, they are a real cute couple. Now, when I first met Brittany, she was working with autistic children. And I found that an admirable trait to be able to have the courage and the energy and the fortitude to deal with these children and help them to try and get on with their lives. Now, I think this was really good practice for Adam. So Brittany, you bring out the best in Adam. You make him so happy, and for this I am eternally grateful. And I'm going to compliment the bride. You look beautiful today. The rest of you look good too. Well, the girls look really good. The guys, yeah. I'd like to thank Brittany's parents, Brenda and Kevin, for raising such a wonderful daughter who loves my son so dearly. So today, Brittany and Adam, you've made it official that you are a married couple. So congratulations on that. You're very lucky to have found each other. While you have loved and cared for each other for a long time, I'm repeating myself, it makes you a married couple. The two of you are surrounded by all these people who are happy and thankful to be part of this special day. I think I speak for everyone here today when I say thank you and hope that you have all helped we have all helped in one way or another to make your wedding unforgettable. Okay, this is the last part. I think. Yep. So that's the words of wisdom. You two are here today after declaring your love for each other in front of all of us. You've exchanged vows and promised to be there for each other for the rest of your days. Never take for granted and never forget how blessed you are to have each other in your lives. With love so much as possible, never lose what you two have because it is so precious. Remember to be kind to each other, be patient and understanding. Don't forget to communicate, to laugh, and to love each other deeply. Do these things and you'll have a great recipe for a happy, long, and successful marriage. And now the toast. Today, Brittany, you married my son Adam, and now are officially our daughter-in-law. I know that Adam will make a terrific husband, and God willing, a father one day. I would like to take this opportunity to officially welcome you to the Majestic family. Let's all raise a glass for Brittany.
on to the next one. So, if everybody'd like to get their drinks ready, and I don't mean for another toast, I mean you might want to have a couple of drinks, because the next people up are sisters of the bride, and bridesmaids themselves, Courtney and Stephanie Granger.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Courtney.
And just pre-warning everyone, Ryan's the public speaker of the family, so bear with us.
I'm sure it won't be as painful as the speech writing process we went through a few days ago. Let us start off by saying, Brittany, you look absolutely stunning tonight.
And Adam, you're looking pretty spiffy tonight too. Nice to see you in something other than shorts and a t-shirt for a change.
We are so proud of you, Britt, and the person you've become. You're smart, a little sassy, thoughtful, generous, determined, and at times a little bossy, but I guess that's what a big sister does. Oh, and let's not forget organized. You have done an amazing job with the wedding. Your monthly to-do list have paid off. The day has been perfect.
Growing up, we had our fair share of fights, mostly me not leaving you alone and following you around or copying almost everything you did. What can I say? I wanted to be just like you. To me, you were my best friend. As 2 turned to 4 and the years went by, our adventures led us in different directions. I'm not around as much to annoy or copy you, but I still consider you one of my best friends, and I know you will always be there for me.
As your youngest sister and mini-me look-alike, we share so many great qualities, although I'm not sure what happened when it came to height and boobs. You have been an awesome sister, big sister, sharing your many Barbies, Polly Pockets, babies, helping me with homework, and convincing Mom snowboarding was more fun than skiing. As the years went on, you were always there for me, and I know I can always count on you.
As many of you know, Adam is a man of few words. So getting to know Brittany's new boyfriend was a very slow process. We quickly saw how loving and kind and supportive he was towards our sister. His generosity doesn't stop with her. Adam is a guy who's always willing to help out, whether it be a car problem, a tech problem, or even a ride home at the bar at 2 a.m. After only a few short months of dating our sister, he felt like a second brother to us.
We couldn't be happier with Brittany's choice in a husband. Adam, you have become part of our family, and we are proud to call you our brother. Congrats, Brittany and Adam.
We love you guys.
So, I know you guys probably just want me to stay up here a little bit longer, but we got one more speech. So I'm going to call up parents of the bride, Brenda and Kevin Granger.
So we'd like to start off again tonight, again just welcoming everybody here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kevin Granger. I'm the father of the bride. That's an official.
And I am Brenda, mother of the bride. Brittany. feels like yesterday we were bringing you home from the hospital. We knew we loved you the moment we saw you. As the years passed, we could never have dreamt how incredibly proud we would be to call you our daughter. Your big brown eyes and warm smile continue to melt our hearts every day. You look absolutely beautiful today.
As a baby, you were adored by many of our family and friends, and the feeling was mutual, except for Brenda's brother, Ron, and my brother, Court. They weren't her favorite people, and she would actually become very aggravated whenever they tried to hold her. Eventually, we were kind of puzzled by this, and we came to the conclusion that what was different about them was that they both had a beard. So to test that theory, and because he loved you and would do anything for his first and only niece at the time, Uncle Corey shaved off his beard. Our theory was proven correct when he instantly became one of your favorite people. Uncle Ron, being a seasoned uncle, was not so convinced that he needed to give up his beard, and told us that eventually she would come around. He and his beard eventually did win your heart. Over 20 years later, Adam and his beard became the love of your life.
Brittany, when you were almost 2, we took you on a trip to Nashville. That's a long car ride for a toddler. And as we approached our last hour of the drive, we were desperate to keep you amused in your car seat. Your dad's wallet seemed like a good option at the time. You held it tight, you chewed on the corner, and you looked at the many things inside, but didn't take any, or so we thought. Arriving at our final destination, your dad went to check us into that hotel, only to find his visa missing from his wallet. It was safely tucked into your car seat. We believe that day your love for shopping and accounting began.
You know, the years that passed have brought ballet lessons, piano lessons, figure skating, sparks, but not brownies because you didn't want to wear brown. Well, blue was a good color, so you came back in for Girl Guides. And your driver's license, off-roading with the Jeep that we used to have. And I think Emily will attest to this, both of you burn it up. Hockey, graduation, and 4 college diplomas. Brittany, we admire your love for education, and you are still talking more education in the accounting field. The sky is the limit, and you can do whatever you set your mind to.
Brittany's love for Disney princesses started with her first movie, and 2 trips to Disney only intensified her longing to be a princess. Adam, she is our little princess. Please cherish her and always be her knight in shining armor. There is a Forbes family castle in Scotland called Craigivar Castle. It's said to be the inspiration for the Walt Disney Cinderella Castle, so perhaps you really are a princess.
Brittany, you're kind, thoughtful, loving, with just the right amount of feisty. Your organized, or some would call it stubbornness if you were a man. Your organizational skills and love for Excel charged on during the planning of this wedding. Excuse me. As the parents of the bride, you made our job easy, because all we really had to do was follow the charts. As a shop owner and boss, it's really hard to follow somebody else's lead, but anyways, we did. The day has been beautiful. You did a fantastic job. So a little bit about Adam. So the first time I met Adam, I came home to an orange Ford Ranger pickup in my driveway. As you know, I'm more of a Chevy guy. Then I found out that he was an automotive technician, and we definitely had things to talk about. Since then, his interests have turned to Subaru, with which he has brainwashed my son to as well. But his interest in Brittany has obviously remained and grown.
We knew Adam was a keeper when I came downstairs one morning to find him scrubbing our kitchen ceiling. He had noticed a pop stain on the ceiling that was caused by a pop that had exploded a few days earlier. You quickly became one of the family. Brittany found a husband, and Ryan found a brother. Not sure who loves having you around more, Brittany or Ryan.
I think there was some discussion at the time, if they were to break up, whether we were had to keep Adam. Sorry, Brittany. That was from Ryan. The alphabet begins with A and is followed by B. In this case, Adam, you will probably want to rethink this. It took me a very short time to figure this one out. But B before A will be the new norm in your household. Adam, welcome to the family, and we couldn't be prouder to call you our son-in-law.
Thank you to all the extra hands that helped make this day beautiful. You know who you are. I have always felt it takes a village to raise a child, and now know it also takes a village to marry a child. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim, Darren, Paul, and Pat, for welcoming Brittany into your families. We know she feels loved.
We'd like to say thanks again to everyone who came out today to celebrate the marriage of Brittany and Adam. Your love and support is overwhelming. Please join us in a toast to the bride and groom. We just wish you all the best as you start your happily ever after together. Thank you.
All right, so I'll keep going here again. So just before I pass the mic off to Brittany and Adam, I'd like to say a few words, because I haven't said enough, obviously. So, in every girl's life, they need a guy they know that's going to change their life forever. They're going to care for them, look after them, and be the guy to stand by their side no matter what. And for Brittany, that day was 22 years ago when she met me. Being a brother of 3 sisters is hard, because that's a lot of boyfriends that I have to intimidate and approve of. My entire life, all I wanted was a brother. I'd whine, I'd complain, say that I needed somebody to hang out with that wasn't a sister. I'd make Courtney wear all my clothes and just do everything I wanted to do, but at the end of the day, she was still my sister. And Adam, I just want to thank you, because in the 6 years I've known you, you showed me just how wrong I was to want a brother. All that aside, Adam, you're going to make fun of me for this later, but I love you. I think of you as a brother, and I look up to you like crazy, think like that. But, Brittany, if it hasn't been said enough, you look absolutely beautiful today. Probably means the most coming from me. Adam, it's nice to see you in something other than work clothes. So, if your arms aren't tired enough, we'll do one more toast. Adam and Brittany, I wish you guys nothing but happiness in your future. I love you guys.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. We're so happy you all came. As my sister said, Ryan is the public speaker of the family. Adam is even less than that. So, just please bear with us. First off, I just want to thank Tina Barbecue, who's gone. They gave us an excellent meal. And thank you to Purple Hill for hosting us today. It's a beautiful place. We are all here because about 6 years ago, I got a text from my friend Tracy that said, "I have a guy for you." And I had no idea how right she was. Now 6 years later, we have our house, our 2 cats, and we've already built a pretty good life together. We can't wait to see what the future holds for us. To our MC/groomsman/brother, Ryan, thanks for keeping things on track today. To say we are a little surprised with how organized you were would be an understatement. Thank you so much to Liz, our wedding planner for the day. You helped to relieve so much stress, and everything is beautiful. We are truly humbled by the show of love and support that we have received from family and friends, not just today, but also over the last several months, years really. So many of you have helped with various aspects of the planning and helping make the invitations and the favors in front of you. That was not exactly fun. I'm sorry. I can say this wedding would not have been nearly as beautiful or as organized without your help. I want to say thank you to my beautiful bridesmaids. You all look so stunning. I love you all. And your support has meant the world to me over not even just the engagement, but my life. And thank you to Leah and Gavin, our ring bearer and flower girl. You guys did great today, and probably upstaged me a little bit. So I won't hold that against you.
Yeah, I don't talk much, but for my groomsmen and best man, it was an honor having you guys by my side on such an important day. You are really great friends and family. I can't thank you enough. And thank you to my parents for all the help you have provided me and Brittany before and on our special day, and also accepting Brittany as part of the family from the very beginning.
To my mom and dad, thank you for everything you have done over the last 2 years to help make our wedding dreams come true. Dad, thank you for the hours you spent making my many woodworking projects, like the centerpiece boxes, the card box, the cupcake stands, the arch. Mom, thank you for all your help over the last 2 years, especially over the last couple months, keeping me sane. Just think it could have been worse. We could not have done it without both of you. And finally, thank you to each and every one of you for sharing a special day with us. A wedding can happen anywhere and at any time, but it can only be a true celebration when all the people you love are there to share it with you. You have made our day all that more special. Please raise your glasses, drink a toast to dear family and friends. Thank you.
second half of your speech. Short and sweet, I like that. So that is it for speeches. So we're gonna work at moving some tables around to get the dance floor ready. The bar will reopen shortly because I know we're ready to actually start drinking. I don't know about you, but I got cut off because I have to do this. So I'm technically not allowed to tell you that the last call is at 1, so I'm not going to do that. If you saw outside, there's a poutine truck coming at 10. Just keep an eye for that. Please leave your wine glasses on the table. They'll be collected here shortly. Unless you're drinking more, just take the bottle. So our wonderful DJ will be calling our first dances once we're kind of ready. But before we kind of get to that, I've been told that there's a birthday here today for a Mike Heaslip. If he's here, if you'd like to come up. There is a cake.